Hello, my name is Kelly Rumley, and I am co-founder of How to Stay Stressed 101. Today, this workshop is just for you healthcare workers, and we are going to be discussing the effects of stress and how to deal with it. I see some of you are prepared. I see you back there in the corner with your yoga pants on. Good for you. That's great. The rest of you, you're probably wondering why you're here and wondering if this is going to be boring, like oh so many continuing education credit workshops can be. Not to say that they aren't informational and that they aren't important, but sometimes they're hard to go to, aren't they? Well, let's get started. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what stress is, share some statistics, and then we'll go into how this workshop is different. So, stress. We know it. We feel it. We know it's natural. It's a natural occurrence in our bodies every day. And good stress helps us react to situations in a healthy way. But then there's bad stress, right? The chronic stress. And that's where this comes in. So I did a quick Google research on stress, and APA.org had this beautiful, beautiful page about stress. And this was actually this I guess you could say the survey that they did was done back in 2020 after COVID-19 began. And it showed that everything from COVID just made stress so much worse. It said nearly 8 in 10 adults, or 78%, say that the coronavirus pandemic is a significant source of stress in their life. And 2 in 3 adults say that they have experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. So yeah, we're talking like from here, whoop, up here. And it's crazy, and it's not good. And then you have the statistics that say that other things are huge sources of stress, right? Compared to even 2019. It's not just COVID-19 that's our big source of stress. People are saying that healthcare is a source of stress. Mass shootings are a big source of stress. Climate change and global warming is a huge source of stress. There seems to be a rise in suicide rates, a rise in immigration, a rise in sexual harassment reports, just all of these things with our nation being in uncertainty. That's creating a lot of stress. And a lot of the ways that we react to that stress is we have increased tension in our bodies. We start snapping at people because we're so frustrated and stressed out by everything happening. We just can't help it. And then we have mood swings, or we start yelling. You know, these are ways that we seem to, in a snap judgment, react to stress. So how is this workshop different? Stress is here. It's here to stay. We get that. How to Stay Stressed 101 is comedic. It's sarcastic. And I'm hoping that by attending this workshop today, you come away with fun ways to deal with stress or to even look at stress. So let's get started. First of all, what I want you to do is I want you to make a list of what makes you feel stressed. I've added things that make me feel stressed on this list, and maybe some of you agree with those and some of you don't, and that's fine. But what makes you stressed? For me, work, causes a lot of stress. Trying to do continuing education hours creates stress because you have to know what you're doing, what classes you need to take. You have to find time to take them. Are you going to do them online? Can you do them in person? You have to think about those things. Home life can be stressful. We recently moved twice in the matter of 3 weeks because we had to move out of our rental, and then we moved into a friend's house because our house wasn't finished by the time they said it would be. So we had that extra stress. Politics. Politics stress me out. I cannot tell you how much they stress me out. And just normal day-to-day things like feeling like my efforts for any aspect in my life are never enough to make a difference. And then last, just life itself, right? Life is stressful. So, are you feeling stressed yet? I am. Okay, now let's talk about the messages that we get from the world about stress. So in the real world, you'll get memes that are really sweet, like, how did you create that happiness? I made it myself, right? And things about dealing with stress are everywhere. We're inundated with them. And it's repetitive. It's repetitive to the point where we ignore it. We just flat out ignore the messages. So in How to Stay Stressed 101, we take these and we make them sarcastic. We're silly, but the overall objective is to make you think. We want you to think in that moment where you're so stressed, where you go, oh, dang, okay, let's do this. And hopefully it just makes your life a little bit better. So let's talk about some ways that we deal with stress. So the first thing, and remember, this is all sarcastic, this is satirical, it's meant to be funny. It's just meant to be fun. So the first way that sometimes we deal with stress is we become a chicken nugget and we pretend that the problem doesn't exist. We hide in a blanket and we just wish the world would go away, right? Be a chicken nugget. Pretend the problem doesn't exist. The next way that you deal with stress and how to stay stressed, say yes to everything. Hey, could you? Yes, yes, I can. Before they even finish asking, the question is even better. Hey, could you babysit for me tomorrow night? Yes. Hey, can you take this project and finish it for me? Yes. Hey, can you do this errand for me? Why, yes, I would love to. Okay, number 3, eat junk. This is the third way we stay stressed. We eat junk, right? Just shove it all in your mouth and eat it really fast and don't even think about what you're putting in your mouth, right? Because it's just great. Number 4, go watch the news. We love the news. It's full of facts. It has no political agenda whatsoever. It's full of happy, sappy stories. There's nothing ever sad or worrisome on the news, right? And the last one that we're going to mention today, go scroll through social media for hours. Just be like, yep, I like this post. Yep, love that. That's amazing. But really, how do you de-stress? Thank you very much.